Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the Dodgy Git Show 35. My name's Dodgy Git. Today, this afternoon, in sunny old England, hello to the rest of the world out there watching, we got OSIRIS-REx arriving. 52 minutes, 25 seconds left, right? Now, this is, I'm sort of going to try and use this video to just an inspirational talk, I suppose. I don't know, I'm just going to blab and see where we go with it, really. I'll swap my screens over so you can see the this sample arriving and still travelling through space. It just got kicked off its mothership about 3 hours ago, and we got 50 odd minutes there, and then it's gonna get picked up somewhere in Utah. So let me flip my screens around for you. Hopefully everybody can see that now. And yeah, here we go. We've got this sample satellite here. Probably see it on my Intellivision too. See, I got it up here. Thanks to the gentleman at the launch pad for providing this live access to this data. It's brilliant. It inspires me. I hope everything's like all right, like legal wise and all that. I don't see where there would be a problem. I don't know. Hopefully that's all good. But yeah, we're watching this satellite come in. Right, satellite. What is it? Sample. And this is where this is what's inspired me to make this video. Really, I was just sat there thinking about this thing coming in, and I thought, we used to watch ships come in years ago, didn't we, from travelled afar. Yeah, you think, I don't know, just throw yourself back 200 or so, 300 years and think of the old big ships made of wood and had sails. Yeah, we used to watch them come in, didn't we? And they'd been on a massive adventure. Yeah, been to all parts of the world and seen all sorts of things and experienced stuff at sea, learnt about navigation and the weather and how to sail the ship and how the ship performs and does this and that in the waves, and what sails are best to use in what weather and what clouds are like. Yeah, the development of things. Then we used to watch them come home, didn't we? Used to watch them come in. Watching the ships roll in, I'm watching my blanket. Yeah, we did. You imagine little kids at the dock see that event, you go, wow, fucking house. Where's that been? My God, that's been all round the world. And people used to make a fortune out of it, didn't they? Like it is. Like, and I know we visited the issues we have recent years in England about who built what and who run what and who profited from this and that, and to build colleges and universities and towns and all the rest of it. We think about how those people made their money. And yeah, there was fucking nastiness involved. But then I was thinking about space travel, see, and I was thinking, well, we just scaled ourselves up as a race of human beings from travelling across the sea, and then we've travelled across the sky, haven't we? We've mastered the air pretty much. It's become a bit boring, really, flying, isn't it? You just sit there, we're there, 4 hours left, I watch TV. Yeah? Nobody thinks about going outside and fucking what's whirling around and things like that. Some people do, look out the window. There's a lot of nothing going on out there. It's all very controlled though, isn't it? Yeah. So we sort of mastered flying, haven't we? We're at 58 minutes to go, look. It can see us. I can see the sea, Mum. Yeah? There's fucking things coming back into Earth. Well, yeah. We used to watch these ships come back. And the people that went on the ships came back with strange things, sometimes rats, sometimes cockroaches, sometimes bugs and diseases and things we don't know about, yeah, invisible things, yeah. But they used to go off on big adventures, didn't they? And then they come back again. And here we've got this little sample thing, you know, it's going to be bursting its way into Earth's atmosphere soon. And it will be. We're going to watch it together. Hopefully you can, yeah. We're going to watch it come back home. We're stood on the shore now watching the ship come over the horizon, yeah, wondering what's on it. Yeah, wondering what the big discoveries have been. Yeah, what we're going to do with the knowledge that we've learned from what knowledge is there that will be, you know, between this and that. And it is, it's like a ship coming home over the sea, come over the horizon. Here it comes. It got shot off by its mothership. The mothership's off on another mission. It's got to burn in, it's going to... So you got the mothership, yeah? It's doing its gig, isn't it? And it's been round a rock over there, this asteroid, right? And it's gone down, it's sent something down, I believe, or was this the one that landed, and come back up, and now it's come home, and then it's going to shoot this sample off. It's shot this sample off, then it's going to do another burn, yeah? And it's going to go to another asteroid, yeah? And do another sample pick, and come back. But it's not going to get to that other asteroid until 2029. Yeah? 2029. So it's a long way off. But then, what did we used to think when we were on ships? Yeah? What did we think when we were on ships? It'd take a week, a day, a month, a year, 2 years? What was the longest voyage anybody took on a ship? What was it like in comparison to their length of life expectancy? Hmm? People used to get on those boats, some happy to do so, some not so, you know. But they all went on the journey. They all took the risk. They all went on the big adventure. Yeah? Are we just starting to develop the shipbuilding industry of space? Because they still do it on oil rigs, oil tankers, don't they? Well, or freighters and ships in general. They'll go on a 6-month voyage, wouldn't they, from China to here or from there to there? Yeah. Regularly. Always happens. People live on ships, don't they? In the middle of the ocean. It's no different to a spaceship going on a mission somewhere, is it? Are we right on, is you know, is humanity are we right on the cusp of that? Yeah? Where people will start going off on mad adventures again. Like real mad adventures. And come back with shit we never seen before. What will they bring back? You know, I said just a minute ago, didn't they bring back all sorts. But they might bring back disease. I was talking the other day about the economic crash of 1929 and a prediction that somebody came up with. Well, it wasn't a prediction. Yeah, it was a prediction. Mr. Babson of New York, I think, 1929. He said about the economic crash of what is known as the 30s crash. Yeah, September the 29th, 1929. Yeah, 29th, the 9th, 1929. Well, yesterday, it's 3 p.m. It's 3 p.m. on the 24th of the 9th in England. So I'm not sure if it is still the 23rd of anything anywhere in the world. But if it was, and this sample landed, we're talking like 23 or 23, aren't we? So we could play number games all fucking long with it. But if this thing brings back something that we don't want, what are we going to do about it? Because we don't know what's on there. And shouldn't, instead of it coming into Earth's atmosphere, shouldn't we collect it and have it aboard the space station first? Wouldn't that be a wiser choice? Or is it too valuable or too difficult to deal with in space that it needs to come down to Earth? If it does come down to Earth, which it's going to in 40 minutes, random sample from a freaking asteroid, we talk about the coming of the Messiah, don't we? And there's folks out there that believe Jesus was a mushroom. What's a mushroom? A mushroom's fungus, isn't it? Silas. What are the tentacle, the little white strands of fungus that grow between trees and communicate nutritional wants and requirements of the forest? Mycelium? Does this thing contain any mycelium? It's just a curious thought. It could contain anything. Salt, dust. Ancient artifact from an alien race. It's probably his pinky ring, isn't it? Funny as fuck. Yeah, OSIRIS-REx. First US asteroid sample return mission. Here we go. 40 minutes. Well, I hope you're all very well wherever you are around the world. My name's Dodgy Git, well, for these videos anyway. And this is the Dodgy Git Show. Dodgy Git Show 35, this is. OSIRIS-REx. Yeah. Should we listen in? Listen to what they got to say? Should we listen in to what they got to say? May as well, haven't we? It is live. Yeah, here we go. Welcome to the show, everybody. If you'd like to hit the subscribe button, that would be great. I'm talking about all kinds of random stuff. And if you like this stuff, hit the like button and then share it with your friends or on Facebook or other platforms there available when you click the share button. I'll be much appreciated of that. Thank you very much. That'd be good of you. Very kind. Yeah, we will listen to these chaps, eh?
Listen very closely for those operational callouts.
And chapesses. I'm not sure how to address anyone anymore. Just folks, aren't they? Are you allowed to call people folks? Don't know. It's all getting a bit raw, in it.
From bringing things on the moon back with crews.
Oh,
inviting you to the Pakistan.
Oh dear me, no, we don't want that, do we? Should we get rid of that? There we go. We'll just get rid of that unwanted advert for a second. Sorry about that, people. Just trying to bring you up live. There we go.
In October 2020 to collect a sample. 3 years later, we are here at Dugway Proving Ground in the deserts of northeast Utah, awaiting that capsule containing the sample, which experts tell us is essentially a time capsule of the ancient solar system. We've got a great team joining us this morning as we experience this thrilling conclusion of this grand adventure. Sophia Roberts is located near our landing zone, and she'll be speaking with some key players in the mission. We'll also hear from James Traley, who will be tracking mission operations and bringing us real-time updates, essentially our eyes and ears inside mission control, which sounds to me like a good place to jump into the story. James, good morning. How are we looking?
Yeah, good morning, Lauren and Jim. It's already been a very bright early morning for all of our team members involved in this mission. Just a little bit further north from us, about 4 hours ago in Waterton, Colorado, the team met to assess the readiness to release the SRC from the main OSIRIS-REx spacecraft. And I'm very happy to report that they gave the green light, they gave the go command officially to release the SRC from the OSIRIS-REx. Let's listen in on what that command sounded like. That command came after more than almost 4 billion miles of spaceflight and years of planning, plotting, and dreaming about this asteroid Bennu. The SRC has now been separated from the main OSIRIS-REx spacecraft and is coming in rain or shine today. So team members are keenly aware of the weather conditions out on the range. It's looking pretty great for today. We did have a bit of rain the other day, which softened up that landing spot just enough to make the SRC land perfectly smooth on that surface. The temperatures are going to be around the 50s, 50 degrees Fahrenheit. Low winds out there, calm winds at the surface around 6 miles an hour, pretty light. Very clear skies this morning as well. As we were actually driving out, I saw a shooting star, a meteor, and in just a few moments, the SRC itself will be streaking across the skies as we begin to track it. Just a few moments ago, we heard the helicopters take off from here to head out to Wig, just at the edge of the landing ellipse. Our high-altitude plane is up in the sky, ready to take images in the infrared of our SRC, and we are here ready to go to cover all of today's mission events. I'm going to be right here with you all throughout the process as we get closer to that entry, descent, and landing. But for now, back to you, Lauren and Jim.
All right, thanks, James. We'll be back to you for mission status updates throughout the morning. For now, let's give you a quick geography lesson on where we are today. We are sitting about 85 miles southwest of Salt Lake City in the heart of the Dugway Proving Ground, a historic Army facility. In less than an hour, the sample will touch down in our landing ellipse at the Utah Test and Training Range, managed by the Air Force, about 13 miles north of where we're speaking right now. Mission teams have set up a clean room just 1 mile away from us, where the sample will end its journey today. Tomorrow morning, a C-17 aircraft will take off from the runway behind us and deliver the sample to NASA's Johnson Space Center in Houston.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
Can't wait.
Oh, gosh. I can't wait to see that C-17. Oh, that's going to be breathtaking. We have a lot of ground to cover, and we'll be bringing you into the heart of the action. For all of NASA's many missions over the years, OSIRIS-REx lives in an extremely rare category. It not only ventured out into space with cameras and sensors, but it's bringing a physical sample of the ancient solar system back to Earth for detailed analysis. Mission planners selected a small asteroid called Bennu as their destination. Following a successful touch-and-go procedure to grab a sample on October 20th, 2020, OSIRIS-REx has been making its way back to Earth. It's been a thrilling ride, already packed with technical achievements and scientific discoveries. Today's historic landing continues that saga, promising exciting research ahead. Beside our main event this morning, we've got a ton of extremely cool stuff. We'll hear from a special guest astrophysicist whom you probably recognize more for his chart toppers. We'll speak with one of the helicopter pilots about his role in getting recovery teams out to the landing site and bringing the capsule back home. And we'll even hear from the cast of the film Asteroid City. And of course, we'll give you a front row seat to the mission itself, the science, the engineering, and why a mission to gather space rocks, well, rocks.
Right?
NASA's first asteroid sample return happens in less than 35 minutes. Let's now take you to Wig Mountain, where our field reporter, Sophia Roberts, is standing at the forward edge of the vast landing zone, where she joins us live now. Sophia, paint us a picture.
Lauren and Jim. Now, it is a bright and chilly morning, but the excitement certainly is rising. Now, let me give you a lay of the land of what is going to happen today. The sample return capsule is going to hit the top of the atmosphere at approximately 8:40. It will descend through our atmosphere for 13 minutes before touchdown. Once it does touch down, our team with the recovery team will go to the sample or the capsule and start that carefully rehearsed recovery process. Now, I am on the edge of the landing zone that we call the ellipse. It is a huge huge landing zone that is larger than the size of Rhode Island. And behind me are the helicopters that will be taking those recovery teams to the capsule once it lands. Now, these teams are prepped and ready to go. We're just waiting for that capsule to arrive. Back to you, Lauren.
Wow, Sophia, I think she has the best seat in
Oh
the
my
house.
God, take me there.
I want to go there. All right, let's get some quick facts about the OSIRIS-REx spacecraft. Filled with fuel, the vehicle weighs more than 4,600 pounds. That's about the same size as 3 large cows. Did you know that, Jim?
I did not, and I'm afraid of those cows.
Let's stay away from the cows. With its solar arrays extended, the spacecraft is about 40 feet long, or the size of a short school bus. The solar arrays can power up to 3,000 watts, which is the same as a portable generator. Once on Bennu, the 11-foot robotic arm collected dust and pebble samples, while the cameras got up-close images of the asteroid. How about that? And then, of course, there's the SRC, or the Sample Return Capsule. The capsule that's separated from the main vehicle is currently on its way to our landing zone in the Utah desert. So, Jim, I think importantly, the team can't just open up the capsule right on the desert floor, right? What happens next?
So next, we have to safe it, we have to bag it, we have to contain it, and transport it to the clean room about a mile from here. And in that clean room, we will actually bring the sample return capsule in, take off the back shell and the heat shield, and carefully arrange to nitrogen purge that special sample container inside, so it does not introduce any contamination from Earth, because we want asteroid, not Earth.
That's right. And I love missions like this because I find my own imagination just bursting with possibilities and questions. And so with about a little bit more than 30 minutes to go before the SRC hits the top of the atmosphere, we're going to take a few minutes to dive into the nuts and bolts of the mission itself. We've got a great mission overview to help explain. Take a look.
And if you're just joining us, welcome here. Preparing for the arrival of OSIRIS-REx. Now 30 minutes, 47 seconds and counting to atmospheric re-entry. 43 minutes, 42 seconds until sample touchdown. If you're just joining us, take a moment, engage that like button, share it.
Hello everybody, yeah, we're back again. Yeah, if you'd like to like, share and subscribe at Dodgy Git, that would be great. And go to the launch pad. Thanks for their data feed here. I hope that's all okay with everybody. Thanks to NASA there for giving us a bit of commentary about what's going on. I hope you guys understand about what's going on, and I hope it inspires you to think about how we travel, what we move around, where and how we do it, you know, keeping things clean, the exploration of the universe, yeah, robots, yeah, mechanical and electrical design. It inspires all kinds of different, you know, material sciences, yeah. What will we find? They say they brought a rock back. There'll be a bubble inside the rock, do you reckon? Might be a bubble inside the rock, mightn't there? Anyway, I hope you enjoy being here with us and watching this incoming pod of rocks from another rock. Yeah, its mothership is up there, and it got a sample and then drove itself back, and now it's flung out a bag out the door, and it's just about to land on Earth. Now they're going to collect it in the Utah desert, as they said just a minute ago, and yeah, we're going to take it to the clean room, nitrogen purge it. So they're going to put only nitrogen into the environment and nothing else, and suck everything else out. You'll either have nitrogen or sample. Yeah, you won't have oxygen or this or that or the other. And nitrogen's supposed to be what, inert? So they'll use that. Let's get your volume back up, see if they've got anything else left to say. Like, here we are. let's get
searching for clues to the origins of our solar system.
let's get you live. We'll get you live because it's.
Other spacecraft right up close with
I
samples.
hope you can
We're
hear
going to
them
look
all.
at the resource potential of asteroids, metals, hydrated water and hydrated minerals, and also consider security of our planet from these
See you in a
kinds of
minute.
objects. It's a big name with a big mission with many things it has to do. It's multiple missions in one.
Yeah, 3 missions in one, in fact. We know we have a global audience for this event, and throughout the morning, we'll be taking questions submitted via social media. So let's take one now. All right, what do we have? At S4Mule_B asks, what's the significance of studying asteroids like Bennu for advancements in planetary science?
These are literally the time capsules of the early solar system with those bits and fragments we can never get here. So we go and bring them home to connect ourselves to the place we live, our solar system. So that's one of the big takeaways of this. We will read the clues of Mother Nature on how our world works in the context of all the rest of the planetary system.
Fantastic. All right, let's take another question. What do we have? All right, from at Endanger817. Approximately how large is the sample size and what kind of analysis will be performed?
So it's about 8 or 9 ounces. It's about a size of a baseball and a half. And the kind of analyses are amazing. There are toolkits and instruments that can look at nanoscale characteristics that you wouldn't imagine. We could see the hairs on a foot of an ant, but we'll look at those in the context of another object in the solar system. So, wow.
Wow, indeed. All right, we'll be taking some more questions throughout the morning. Okay, so let us head back to the ellipse to talk to Sophia. I understand, Sophia, you've got a critical team member with you. Take it away.
Thanks, Lauren. Yes, I am joined right now by Stu Wiley, who is the Oscar or on-scene commander of this recovery mission. Thank you for joining me, Stu.
Thanks for having me.
All right, so you are the person who kicks off this whole process before even the recovery team gets on the ground. Can you walk us through your process?
Yeah, so what's going to happen is that once the capsule is undershoot, we'll have a better idea of where it's going to land on the range. And based on that, I'll know exactly what kind of weapon systems we used in that area, what kind of tests we've done in that area. So I'll know better what kind of hazards are in the area. Once I land on the ground, I'll do an initial sweep of the area and methodically move towards the capsule and mark any kind of hazards that I find, whether it be munition hazards, of course, and or the industrial hazards, and even the environmentally sensitive areas that we have out here. So.
All right, and how did you prepare for this today?
So preparation has been in the process for a long time. Between myself and Jasmine Nakayama, we've got 40 years worth of explosive knowledge. Most of it is on this range here, so we know the ranges very well. The team and the UTR have been working together, both Lockheed and NASA, and we've been doing rehearsals so that we are more familiar with their capsule, and they're more familiar with our terrain here as well. Yeah, so.
And this is an active proving ground here. So what are the other steps that we have to ensure that our teams are safe?
Yeah, so at the Utah Test and Training Range, we do have a lot of different hazards out here. Like I said, the weapon systems that we test. We're going to keep them safe from that. We have, again, done many of the preparations with them already. They've taken safety briefings. They've been briefed on the actual items that we've dropped out here in their range safety brief. One of the hazards that we're going to be dealing with, though, is the helicopters that you see behind us. And off the helicopters and working in and around them. But I think the biggest hazard that we're going to have is slipping. We had some recent rain, so that I think is going to be our biggest hazard, but it could be fun too. So.
Well.
Well, I hope you heard them there, everybody. Welcome to the Dodgy Git Show. It's Dodgy Git Show 35. We're watching OSIRIS-REx, a sample from an asteroid, come into Earth. It's going to land and they're going to collect it. And yeah, we're going to follow along. We've only got 23 minutes left. It'll be probably starting to get a bit warm soon, won't it, eh? It's got 13 minutes of baking to do as it flies through the atmosphere. Yeah, and all the kids out there, if you're watching, what's going to happen? The big dinner plate's going to hit all the molecules, isn't it? But to start with, there ain't many molecules to push out of the way. Yeah, but you're going really, really quickly. So the ones you do it, boing, boing, until you got loads of them. And you're literally like trying to push through a wall. And that's what creates the friction and the heat. Yeah, it's all those molecules trying to get out of the way as quickly as possible because this thing's going through it because it's got inertia. Yeah? Yeah, we give it inertia when we give it speed. Yeah, it's got a mass, it's going along. Yeah, that mass, that weight needs to stop. It needs to decelerate. Decelerate it by pounding it into a load of molecules in the air. But as it comes down through the atmosphere, yeah, the molecules get closer together. Yeah, because down here on Earth where we live, right, it's 14.7 pounds per square inch of pressure pushing on you, keeping all your blood in your body, in your body, in your body. Yeah, our atmosphere. Yeah, it's dense arrangement of molecules. Yeah, but this thing needs to start off in like just dust, isn't it? And then all of a sudden it's trying to push through concrete. Yeah, because the molecules won't get out of the way. And that's what creates the heat, and hopefully the sample will survive that heat, and the parachute will work because there's explosives in the parachute to make the parachute come out and all that. So hopefully it'll be successful capture. I'll put the volume back up and I'll shut up for a bit. We're just coming up to 21 minutes and this thing should be bursting into Earth's atmosphere. If space and space travel and space science is something that inspires you, that's wonderful, wonderful thing. You can apply it to, you can apply loads of things to it. Yeah? You could make it your future if you wanted it to. Yeah, look at going into that industry if you're young and you need a career. If you're in that career, advise others. Is it a good career to be in? Does it inspire you? All these guys seem to have quite a good working atmosphere, don't they? Must be quite a nice, pleasant thing to do and be involved with. Is that something that you might want to do? Well, let me know in the comments. Like, share, and subscribe, please. I'll let these guys run with it.
Bennu sample, and we're glad to have you here. If you haven't yet, take a moment, click the pin link in the chat, head over to launchpad.
Yeah, we've got this video. The background here is coming from the Launchpad, so thanks to everybody there. There's currently 984 watching their channel, 987. They got 230,000 subscribers. So if you'd like to go over to the Launchpad, and with thanks to them, you could subscribe, like, and share there too. That would help them out, and I'll let you carry on with the commentary from them or NASA, whoever it is. But thank you very much for joining me. I'm Dodgy Git, and this is the Dodgy Git Show.
Live to the best of our ability, OSIRIS-REx now just 7,300 kilometers and descending back down to Earth.
Yeah, but we'll be on the. Did he ever send you a link for?
Yeah, I don't know what's going there in their studio, mic checks and stuff. But yeah, thanks to the Launchpad, thanks to everybody at NASA, thanks to all the scientists, engineers, technicians, electricians, laboratory assistants, and all the rest of it that are involved in making this project possible. Yeah, it's like thanking the shipbuilders, isn't it? Eh? Got to thank the guy in the forest that cut the tree down, yeah, and the carpenter that took the bark off and carved it into that shape that you wanted. Yeah, and you got to thank the guy that put all the wood together, yeah, at the side of the river, yeah, that's right. And his mate, yeah, and the kid that didn't wear the safety shoes and dropped the wood on his foot and broke his toe, yeah, that one. Yeah, yeah, you got to thank all them folks. Yeah, every single one of them. Right down to the cleaner that drives the truck backwards and forwards. and is usually the happiest person in the building. Yeah? Thanks to all those folks for making this sort of thing possible. It looks quite trivial to us. Yeah, it's so smooth and nicely presented. But the thoughts, discussions, arguments, passion behind wanting to make something like this happen is incredible. We should take it as a positive of our species and our abilities to adapt to our environment and want to know more and know how to improve on it. Yeah, that's why all these people sit around. Yeah, they all want to progress us. It's none of this dragging their feet, creating a flipping policy that's going to flipping hold us back and make 9 out of 10 of us flipping not move. Yeah, these guys make stuff happen. They're the nuts and the bolts and the grease of the system. They're the machine. Yeah, we produce forward movement together, all as one. Yeah. Anyway, I'll see if they sort their microphones out. It might have something nice to say. Hey, we got 16 minutes, not long. What's their little thing? They got a little vote thing going on there over the launch pad. Where are you watching from? North America, Europe, and Africa? What? Middle East or Asia or Europe, Africa? How are they? We just cut the world into vertical slices now. Okay, I'm from Europe and Africa. Where are you from? There you go. Completed my vote. 32% are from there. Some others are. There's from people from all over the bloody place, isn't it? Watching. Yeah, it's good fun though, isn't it? Eh? Yeah. Inspirational space travel and space sampling and asteroid rock capture. Yeah. It's all quite modern language again, isn't it? We're inventing words as we sort of develop and adding to our vocabulary as, yeah. And it is true, the vocabulary becomes so long that we break it down, don't we? Where was that book? I think it's just in here. Let me have a little rummage. List of acronyms. I'll hide that page. There's a book on it. All acronyms, right? What we got? ACARS. ACOCESOV. Well, you know what an ESOV is, right? Come on. What about an APUBAV? An APUNRV? That's easy. There's a BPRSOV. Same thing as the other one, isn't it? What's a CCOC? What's a DCMU? Yeah? Not what DCMU is. What's an ECAM? FRPA? HLADM? INOP? LGACS? MAGVAR? MTOW? NVP? PCMCIA? PRO? BIGGS? RGU? SDCF? SSCVR? TGCAS? UXO? VACIV? Wilco? XMIT? ZFW? Acronyms, yeah? Well, our language becomes so confident. That was the alphabet of acronyms. There you go. That probably bored you to fucking shit. Yeah, our language does get so long that we need to break it down, doesn't it? And there's some prime examples. We go back to their studio, see what they got to chat about, if Launchpad's chatting there. Hi to you guys. I hope you're well. I hope your 1,040 viewers are enjoying the show. We've got 13 minutes to go, everybody. I'm Dodgy Git, and this is the Dodgy Git Show. It doesn't sound like they're up to much, to be quite honest with you.
Thing here, the sample return capsule is bringing home.
Oh, there we go.
And that's what we've just released, and it will be entering the atmosphere, and you'll be hearing all about it. And the samples were collected at the asteroid back in October of 2020 from this TagSam thing that inserted them in the capsule, and the capsule was released. So that's what comes home. The rest of this goes on to Apophis.
That's right. We just heard Lori talk about that. But let's move over and take a look at this this replica SRC capsule. Now, this was an engineering model that was used in tests a few weeks ago for a drop test. Can you talk a little bit about the engineering of this?
That's right. This is a very special spacecraft, just like a small version of what we use to bring crews back when they come back home to Earth from the space station. It has a heat shield. It's about 30 inches across, so it's pretty big. It weighs over 100 pounds. Has a back shell, and inside it has the goodies, the sample return canister and the sample cap, the small sample canister. So this is the vehicle that brings those samples protected from all those changes in environment from the top of the atmosphere, 13 minutes of descent to the touchdown point that we're waiting for today. This is a very special spacecraft.
It absolutely is. And it also was used in a drop test, as I mentioned. Let's take a look at some of that footage now.
Right. So just a couple weeks ago, we dropped this replica, this engineering test unit, from 5,000 feet with a parachute deployment and went through all the operations, the choreography we need to actually make sure we can do it today. And that's what's going to be coming up. And it worked wonderfully. We inflated the big 24-foot parachute. It floated down to the surface at 11 miles an hour. We went through all the recovery operations, the safing, the bagging, and the containment to come over to the clean room here, where we'll be doing that today to make sure those samples are from Bennu, so we can study them here on Earth and not contaminated by our wonderful Earth.
That's right. And you know it's the actual SRC that they use because it is covered in dirt, as you can see on here.
This is dirt, scratch marks.
All the scratch marks, yeah.
It's a rough ride,
the real deal.
but we need it to come home. This
Absolutely.
is a real sort of homecoming.
Right. So there's a lot of science in missions like this. Not only is the SRC a treasure chest with material from the ancient solar system, but the mission itself is a platform for vital research about a range of things that you might not have expected.
Coming to 10 minutes.
SciFly's mission is to collect visual, infrared, and spectral data on spaceflight vehicles, including the OSIRIS-REx sample return capsule on its return to Earth. This gives engineers and scientists unique insight into our most challenging questions about hypersonic fluid dynamics by providing data critical to flight safety systems.
Hypersonic
the scientifically
fluid
calibrated
dynamics.
in-flight imagery team
Brilliant.
uses ground-based sensors and instruments flying on various aircraft to image asteroid sample returns, launch abort systems, parachute tests, rocket launches, and capsule returns, including Artemis 1 on both launch and reentry. The data we capture provides engineers with information on vehicle performance relative to what computational tools and wind tunnel tests predict. It takes extensive planning to get it right.
If you're just joining us, welcome here to the launch pad. You're looking live back into the OSIRIS-REx Bennu samples. You can see that distance slowly but quickly decreasing, now just under 3,000 kilometers away from Earth. In that simulated live view, Earth is getting quite large on the side. We're going to have to adjust our screen here shortly as the samples from Bennu aboard the OSIRIS-REx spacecraft prepare to come back to Earth. Looks like we...
Yeah, thanks, guys. The launch pad there, quite right. Samples coming back. Don't want to overdo their feed too much. Yeah, welcome to everybody. Joining me here on the Dodgy Git show. I'm Dodgy Git. And yeah, we're watching the sample come back. 8 minutes to go. Be hitting the atmosphere. We have 2,500 kilometers. It's not far to go. Look, bottom right hand corner there. You can clock the distance till it starts hitting them molecules. I'll send you. I'll see what they're talking about again, and I'll leave you to it.
Their transparency and openness in doing so for the media to be able to bring you this live coverage of the United States' first ever asteroid sample return mission, and only the second ever asteroid sample return in human history. If you haven't yet, take a moment, engage that like button, share out the stream, invite people to join us as we prepare to watch history unfold in Utah, and make
So I hope you heard that, guys. This is only the second time in human history that we've done this. Yeah, this is one reason I'm doing this stream, because I thought it was a significant milestone, and it had the numerical issue I was talking about earlier about 23. I want to know what's in this sample, but yeah. I'll let you run with the show. We're coming up to 7 minutes. What we got? 2,000 kilometers to go. And look how quickly it's clicking down. 197, 196, 195, 194. Yeah? It's coming in, and it's coming in hot. Why not join us on the Dodgy Git Show?
Standby and in the air, ready for today. They are recovering this in an active testing facility range, so once they do have a trajectory and touchdown from the spacecraft, that is when they will determine what area it's landing in and what tests have been conducted there, and be able to conduct the final go-no-go to approach the craft for recovery operations, and we'll be bringing you full live views of that. We're going to listen back into mission control here as we are now about 6 to 8 minutes away from atmospheric interface. Stay with us right here on the launch pad as we continue to watch history.
Yeah, thanks to everybody there at Launchpad. Yeah, Godspeed, eh, peeps?
SRC is 1,900 kilometers from the... If you want to do that fast. I said you love it to the open.
Yeah, we got just over 5 minutes, sorry, here, until this sample comes in. What inspires you about space? What brought you to this this channel to watch this? Was it the satellite? You think it was a space rocket? What do you know about this project? Yeah, are you young, old? Yeah. Been into space long? Are you just curious? Do you know every fine detail about every single thing that's going on up there, or just curious about this one? Yeah, I'd like to know. If you'd like to comment in the comments box, that'd be great. Hit the subscribe button for more content from me, the Dodgy Git, in future shows, and hit the like button. That would give me a thumbs up, wouldn't it? That'll make my day. Yeah, thank you very much. And then what else can you do with it? You hit the share button, and then you can chuck it on another platform. And you put like Maniac Gobs Off, yeah? And you direct them to the Dodgy Git shows on the Dodgy Git Show channel with me, the Dodgy Git. Yeah? Might be something to do, bit of a giggle, and then it takes a second, doesn't it? Does me a favour. Anyway, we have 4 minutes. I better shut up, innit? I'll let you listen. Wow, look how fast it's going, look. The bottom right numbers. Mad, look. Then it's going to hit all their molecules, kids, don't forget. Yeah, 3.5 minutes. Second time in human history, so watch out. Hey, here it comes.
You know, if you put your drink just perfectly, you get about on camera, you might be able to get a sponsorship deal from me.
Yeah, there's me waving everybody in the ring. That was funny. It's true though, isn't it? Eh? See, they're the people that make it happen. Eh? Eh? They don't get out grumpy in the morning, or if they do, their workmates probably cheer them up soon enough, eh? Yeah, good on you guys.
Here to the launch pad. We're 3 minutes away from atmospheric interface. You can see a live view inside the mission control room, and there on their big screen, a live view from the WB-57 as we await OSIRIS-REx and its payload arriving back at Earth after a long journey, having launched in 2016, traveled billions of miles out to the Bennu, collected a sample, and now journeyed back. We're listening into those live mission control feeds as we await for the sample to begin atmospheric interface. As we are descending through those final few hundred kilometers, as it prepares to make its re-entry, we're going to go full screen into the mission control room and the NASA coverage, watching for these live views as OSIRIS-REx attempts to re-enter the Earth's atmosphere after this extremely long journey. We are now under 15 minutes away from touchdown of the samples. Recovery teams on standby.
Here comes interface, look, for less than 400 kilometers, and it'll start hitting, what is it, yeah, atmospheric interface. Here we go.
Actually underway. That sample now well in low Earth orbit, actually lower most likely than the International Space Station. This telemetry is coming from NASA's systems and NASA's eyes, give or take a little bit of discrepancy for time delay of cameras and audio feeds, but we are now less than 90 seconds away from atmospheric entry approximately. Take a moment, share out the stream, invite people to join us, and as we get into these final minutes, let's listen in to NASA and the OSIRIS-REx mission control recovery teams as we watch history be made. Stay with us.
Yeah, thanks there to the launch pad and all the guys there. We are at 1 minute to go. Here we go. I'll let you listen in. Thanks for joining me at the Dodgy Git Show, everybody.
SRC is 400 kilometers from the Earth.
Coming up on what? About 100 miles away, aren't we? No one told you today. Love you guys. Here we go, everybody. We'll have some data coming in a sec. 100 Ks, look. 60 miles, 50 miles.
That's the reference stream.
50 miles.
On run south, MPC has radar track.
Second time in human history, everybody. Yeah, we are making history. Inspire yourself. Yeah, inspire those around you. Look at the people in that room. Inspire them. Inspire each other.
Yeah, entry interfaces now. Yeah, they're tracking it, right?
In 20 feet now.
UTTR is confirmed.
Confirmed. Here's NASA. I'll let you listen up. Get the mics in order.
And here we go. Start your stopwatch right now. We are 13 minutes of entry, descent, and landing. We have that expected milestone of entering into the Earth's atmosphere. We can see the team at Lockheed, and we actually have a visual now.
Here we go.
This is from our infrared tracking camera on the WB-57, our high-altitude plane. At about 47,000 feet MSL, mean sea level, getting a great view of that SRC heating up as it enters into Earth's atmosphere. The punishing deceleration that spacecraft, that SRC is experiencing right now, as it comes in at about 27,650 miles an hour. You can see it glowing brightly in the sky. In just a few moments, we're going to reach peak heating and peak deceleration. That's at 32 G-forces, punishing G-force on our SRC. A phenomenal view of that streaking SRC coming in across the sky.
Amazing.
At this point, we've entered in over San Francisco, California, and are very quickly going to be approaching the Utah Test and Training Range just a little bit further to the east.
A couple of 100 years we've gone from polished stone to this.
SRC is experiencing maximum heating and maximum deceleration.
So you just heard right there, we're experiencing that 5,000 degree Fahrenheit maximum heating, burning scalding hot on that heat shield that is protecting our sample within, and maximum deceleration that is at 32 G-force, punishing deceleration from Earth's atmosphere, the drag forces that are acting on that SRC.
What do you know can withstand 5,000 degrees?
Once again, as I mentioned, that sample is safe and sound within that SRC, that sample return capsule, as it comes in, burning through Earth's atmosphere. You can see our high-altitude plane searching for that SRC. You can see it faintly on your screen there. Our next milestone will be expecting that drogue parachute deployment. That'll be at about 102,300 feet altitude.
We're looking for,
and as I mentioned before, that will stabilize our descent and slow us from hypersonic to subsonic speeds as we continue to target the Utah Test and Training Range.
Under 11 minutes.
EDO milestone, SRC commands drogue parachute deploy.
So we heard that command to deploy the drogue parachute. Waiting to see that visual confirmation, but that is at 102,300 feet. And a side note, at this time, 8:44 a.m. Mountain Time, the OSIRIS-REx spacecraft is at its closest approach to Earth. That will be on to its extended mission, visiting the asteroid Apophis in the year 2029, continuing this incredible mission at another world.
That's where the mothership's going next.
And in just a few moments, we should enter into special use airspace at approximately 8:46 a.m. That's going to be at 10 miles off the deck here at Utah Test and Training Range.
I hope you're all receiving
you can still see that SRC on your screen very faintly in the distance. Still quite warm, that fireball that literally was a ball of plasma just a few moments ago when it first entered into the Earth's atmosphere.
Waiting for the parachutes.
That SRC is nearly 3 feet wide, 1.6 feet tall. It's a small object, so quite a challenge to track this as it comes searing into Earth's atmosphere.
Everybody in the aircraft looks like a mole.
We should be entering into specialist airspace.
Where the fuck is it? Yeah.
This area was specifically chosen for this mission. It's a wide open, vast desert space, relatively flat, perfect to land the sample today.
Come on. Where is it? Hey?
We did, as I mentioned, have a couple days of rain here leading up to this event, so the ground is a little bit soft.
That'll be fun retrieving it in a 4x4 race, won't it? Here it is. Oh, look at that. You can see that.
It's the SRC.
There we go. You see it? Can you see it? That little dot. No. That's shifting, isn't it, man? Look at that.
Streaking in. This is from our high altitude cam.
Oh, hopefully I don't have to move myself out of the way and keep it in the middle of that target there. Even that, the ability of us to be able to track items and objects like that. Yeah? Fully zoomed in, but still smooth. It's very difficult.
Our next milestone, we should be expecting main parachute deployment at around 8:49 a.m. Mountain Time. That will be at around 5,000 feet elevation. We continue to track with our high altitude camera here.
I hope you're all receiving the dodgy kit, loud and clear. Here we are watching this second sample in human history come back.
As I mentioned, that sample is thermally isolated within that SRC, a very complex labyrinth network of piping and tubing leading into that sample canister within that just a few years ago was on the other side of the solar system from us sampling at asteroid Bennu. The team has incredible precision on this mission as well. Just a few days ago, on the 17th of September, they did their final trajectory correction maneuver, TCM-12. This corrected our velocity by 3 millimeters per second.
Brilliant.
We see.
EDO milestone, we have confirmed parachute deployment.
Wow, and after an exhilarating streak across Earth's atmosphere, we have parachute deployment. You can see just a sigh of relief from the team. I can hear some applause here. There is that orange creamsicle color parachute, just a delight, a sweet delight to see.
Because they're looking at it from an aeroplane, it's now below them with the parachute open, yeah?
In our sky here over the Utah Test and Training Range. the finish, that landing in the Utah Test and Training Range.
Well done to everybody. Yeah.
Wonderful to see that.
Brilliant.
We continue to track. This is with our high altitude camera still, that WB-57. And we should have a great view from here on the ground. We've got a variety of different tracking assets. And you saw Sophia out at the edge of that ellipse watching from Wig Mountain. The team there could potentially have a wonderful view momentarily.
And when you go to work tomorrow, just think, yeah, whoever built that built it 7 years ago, and today it worked. Yeah, it was built properly by people that knew what they were doing. Yeah, not flimsy, shoddy built one-off. Yeah, it might make it. Was it? It'll do a trip, bud. Yeah. Anyway, I hope you're enjoying yourselves.
Coming down that parachute there, continuing to descend. The slight little bit of tilt back and forth of our SRC as it comes to its resting velocity of 11 miles per hour as it makes that final descent. That parachute deployment was given internally by the spacecraft. All of what you're seeing now is autonomous on board that SRC. And once that successfully lands, the teams will begin the next crucial phase of this mission, the sample recovery operations. They've been rehearsing for this moment for months, literally years really, leading up to this key moment, and are ready to begin those operations to get that SRC into our portable clean room here and extract that sample canister within.
It can't be long till it hits the ground now.
According to my watch, we're about 5 minutes away from landing with our SRC.
All right, it's the angle from the aircraft.
And as we heard a few moments ago,
height.
helicopters 1 and 2 are already staged and ready to begin those recovery operations just as soon as we have confirmation of touchdown. This is a variable clock, so this could be a little bit faster, a little bit slower as we get closer in. This wind speed here is a variable that is quite hard to predict, especially once you're high up in the atmosphere. We did release a weather balloon earlier on this afternoon, or earlier on this morning rather, to get a profile of our atmospheric conditions. The team puts those into various models as they prepare for this key moment. But once again, they are a little bit hard to predict, a little bit of variability, so we may kind of bounce around a little bit on that predicted OSIRIS-REx sample return capsule touchdown time. The ground really closing in now on that SRC.
EDL milestone. Helo 1 has visual on the SRC below the chute.
That is phenomenal. Let's see that view here from that first helicopter. They've got visual on the sample return capsule under parachute, that orange creamsicle colored parachute, really bright in the morning light over the Utah Test and Training Range. A great view of the SRC we have now from our helicopter as it continues to make its final descent to the terrain below. And once again, just setting the context for this, when we first hit the top of the atmosphere, we were at 27,650 miles per hour. We are now leisurely decelerating under our orange parachute to 11 miles per hour. Incredible amount of deceleration there. This Earth's atmosphere really helped us out quite a bit, getting that initial deceleration. Our drogue parachute initially stabilizing our descent, and then ultimately that main parachute bringing us home.
Like a duck on a pond. Where is it? I can't see it.
You can see right in the center of that crosshair. That is the parachute with the SRC dangling beneath.
You see it? It's just it's going to go through the black bit now. It just, if it don't jump. Yeah, there. It's just a little white dot falling through the blackness there. Oh, there it goes. It's going to hit the ground.
The team on the WB-57 doing it.
Touchdown.
SRC has touchdown.
And touchdown of the OSIRIS-REx sample return capsule. A journey of 1 billion miles to asteroid Bennu and back has come to an end, marking America's first sample return mission of its kind and opening a time capsule to our ancient solar system.
Well, there you go, everybody. Second time in human history that has been achieved. They shall now take that sample to the clean room. We've all seen them land. Look, wait for them. Yay! Have a bit of sound on, will they? Have a little bit of clapping. Oh, no, there's no
This is
saying.
the team at Lockheed celebrating that momentous achievement of getting that sample from the other side of the solar system at asteroid Bennu. When we took that sample, we were over 200 million miles away from us here on Earth. The long journey back, 1.2 billion miles from asteroid Bennu, back to here with that sample, has just come to a dramatic close.
There you go. I'm not surprised they're having a little bit of clap the hands. I would, yeah. I hope they've inspired you. Here I come. I'm coming back big and large. There we go. Hello, everybody. Yeah, thanks for joining me. Yeah, I hope they've inspired you to, think about how you can achieve things, yeah, over time with effort, perseverance, yeah, patience, yeah. They're all overjoyed now, aren't they? Yeah, they succeeded in their mission. They set out to do something, and they did it. So, I hope whatever you set out to do today gets completed to the best of your ability. Yeah, I hope you've enjoyed watching this. It's record breaking. It's making human history. We talked at the beginning before it's all kicked off, sort of thing, about how people used to travel around the globe on big ships and come back having had big adventures with new things. Yeah. Do we just send the robots off now and we stay at home? But we still get the same delight, no? No. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed yourself. I hope you enjoyed the stream and the feed and everything worked okay for you. And I hope it inspired you to inspire others. Yeah? Inspire yourself. Don't lose your aspirations to achieve things. Yeah? Stand tall and say I can. Don't fold and say I can't. Yeah? Remember, if you put your mind to it, you can achieve anything.